Third workshop brings us our most favorite place to retire, the bedroom. Architect Sachin Goregaoker and architect Rajeev Parekh, both innovative minds from Mumbai, walk us through their eccentric designs for bedrooms. The workshop series is brought to you by our title sponsor, Bloom India, and our associate sponsor, Lingel Windows and Doors Technologies, and Jung Switches and Automation. Architect Sachin Goregaoker, a graduate from Sir J.J. College of Architecture, comes with over 20 years of diverse experience in architecture and interior design. With expertise in luxurious residences, his designs reflect the current trend of distinctive cosmopolitan architecture.
Thank you, Karishma, for that nice introduction. Now, just let me add on a few things about GA design. So I will start with the presentation itself. So we at GA Design, there are four of us. There is myself, then there's Rajan Goregaoker, there's Ritu Goregaoker, and Shami Goregaoker. So all four of us are equally in important and for the making of GA Design. We established around 1999, and we are into designing of residential architecture, commercial architecture, as well as high-end residential and interior projects, commercial interior projects. So we have done a lot of projects in and around Bombay, Pune, Lonavala, and a couple of lot of high-end interiors as well, villas also to add to it. So let me. So today I am going to be talking about the bedrooms, which is. But in the first, I would just run through my few residential interiors projects that I have recently completed. So what you see now is an apartment called Gold Dust. It's located at Andheri, and where the the living and the dining areas have strong accents of gold, and hence the name, we named it Gold Dust. It's actually a 4 BHK apartment. We converted it into a 3-bedroom where we added added a bar with a dining zone into this apartment. So instead of having 4 beds, 1 bedroom was converted into a dining cum bar area, and you can see there is a lot of gold added into it, where the base of the dining table is slightly in gold, and the dining console has got some gold feature. The artifacts also we particularly purchased having gold tint, even the light. So that's how the name fell. But when we got to the bedroom, the client said that they wanted, it was in stark contrast, as they wanted a red color to their room. And so what I decided was to I added in the shades of gray and dark gray, and with a kind of a color pop. The red was a color pop to the room. This is another, I mean, this is also a part of the same apartment. Was the kids bedroom, where we added uh, kind of orange and peach with blue to create an interesting kids room. His son was only 4 years old, so we thought adding this funky colors would create interest to the room. This is another apartment that we have recently completed. It is designed for a couple and their two teenage sons. The living and dining is one spacious area with soft Burberry beige marble on the floor. The son's bedroom is designed in the subtle hues of taupe and veneer, making it warm and comforting. We also design a couple of show flats. So this particular show flat is for Ridgewood, for Raheja Ridgewood, which is at Jogeshwari. Now, this show flat was designed with contemporary minimalist thought process. Orange has been used as a color pop in every room. And the most important feature of this apartment was its customized furniture pieces, where you can see, the dining chairs, the dining tables, the TV console, the dining console, and including the wardrobes. They were all, customized to create a different feel to the entire apartment. So even the bed, it's got that color orange, that color pop. It's in the pillow, and the bed cover is also the reverse side. I've added an orange texture to it. This is another show flat which we had done for Raheja at Sorrento at Mud Island. Now here, the style of this show flat is modern minimalist. The color palette is black, white, gray, and accents of soft pink. The emphasis on clean lines and stark interiors, which makes the spaces look spacious and neat. So when you look at the bedroom, you realize that it's all white, and a slight color which was needed in the room was added with the help of this bed cover. This pinkish purplish bed cover was added, and the black lamps to create the contrast into the rooms. So in the same apartment, we did the other bedroom, where we added a dark gray, almost black wallpaper to the bed back, and kept the bed absolutely white and simple, with this lovely looking bedspread over it. The curtains had its own self print light gray, and the bedside lamps also were selected to complement the wallpaper at the back. Similarly, this bed also has bedroom with a large mirror, giving a bigger expanse to the room, and a very light curtain, sheer curtain with texture, with a print, so that the room looks really nice and big. That was the whole idea. So now, coming to this apartment which I want to talk about, and the bedroom that I want to talk about now. Here's the layout of the apartment, in which one bedroom I'm presenting. This bedroom out here, I'm presenting. This is a luxury apartment spread over 3 floors in the suburbs of Mumbai, and the this floor actually has only bedrooms. So you can see there is a master bedroom here. There is it's a master toilet. Then there's another son's bedroom for his 8-year-old son, and the daughter's bedroom, which for his 10-year-old daughter. So when you're designing a bedroom, it's important to understand the occupant's age, its lifestyle, and functionality. So for growing children, it is necessary to keep a place uncluttered to give them enough room for movement. The color palette and the decor for a preteen's bedroom should be such that it doesn't look childish and it can remain relevant for a longer time. So the basic requirements were always there. You need a double bed, you need a large wardrobe, you need a dressing table, you need a study table, of course, because it's a growing child who goes to college, who will be going to college sooner or later, and TV, of course. But they also had a piano, which was one of the things that they wanted to have in the bedroom. I mean, she used to go for piano classes at NCPA, and it was one of her main items which she wanted in the room. So this is a glimpse of the bedroom that I have designed, and let me take you through the various stages of planning to how I've achieved to how I've reached to this stage of to this design basically. So when we started planning, one second, I need to move this here. Yeah. So when we started, the planning, the piano was actually not in the picture. So we were told that, we just need a basic room with the standard, the study table, the bed, the wardrobe, and a dressing. That's it, and a TV. So when you look at this room, this bedroom is, got this beautiful corner window here, which overlooks the eastern Bombay complete view. It's on the 18th floor, so you have this beautiful view of the East Bombay side. And also, there were other constraints while designing the room. That is, I had this large column in the middle, which was going nowhere as a part of the room, and there was a beam above it, which was dividing, the room into two parts. So it was necessary to understand how to integrate these elements and yet come out with a best design. So when we started, the obvious plan was to put the bed right next to the wall here, and this not only gave the bed the view that is required, and that was a very obvious position. And then you had a wardrobe which would get tucked in between the two columns, the bathroom column and the column in the room. And obviously then the study and the dressing were left on one corner. But what happened was, I was not very satisfied with this idea that the study and dressing are merging together, because it was not doing justice to either. It was like either the study is fine or the dressing, but it was not happening. So then I moved on to another option, and then at that time the client said that I want to put the piano as well into the room. So I said, wow, now you have a piano in the room. So that's like, what do you do? And it's not just a piano, it's they had bought it. It was a mahogany finished wooden piano, not a keyboard, but a piano, like the standing one. And so that completely changed my thought process of design, because I couldn't just place it anywhere in the room. I had to, give its place. So the whole process of how to put the piano and how to make the design revolve around it became very important when it came to designing this room. And that's why everything turned around the piano to make it look like a perfectly designed bedroom. So I thought, okay, the bed would still remain where it is. It's not changing its position, so the bed remains as it is, because it's more or less the best location to have. And it's got the view, and the wardrobe also remains wherever it is. It's not going anywhere. So then the other obvious reason was to put the study probably next to the window, like you normally see a study table facing the window. And so I continued, and I created a ledge which would also convert into a place to have the TV out there. And then obviously the wardrobe and the dressing came here, so that it kind of became what do you say walk-in wardrobe kind of a scenario. and the piano went next to the wall here. But still, the client also was not very happy having, blocked the window with the study table on the window. And, it was not a very happening scenario. The wardrobe and the dressing was also not, moment you come out of the bathroom, you are right into the dressing table. So it was not a very happy scenario. So we tried another option where we removed that dressing, kept everything else the same, and we shifted the dressing into the wardrobe. But then the wardrobe space got compromised. So we said not to that also. So then working on furthermore, then I realized that why not use the column and the beam as a feature. I mean, make use of that division and place the bed against it. So moment I did that, the whole scenario of the room changed, and I could easily place everything around it. So I put the bed against the column, and the bed was getting the view that is required from the window. The TV went on to the column, so that the viewing angle was also taken care of. The piano got its own space. So basically what happened was that uh, this whole area out here, this became the kind of a recreational space where she could play the piano, and if she had some friends over, they could just lounge around on the bed, listen to it, or all that became on one side. And on the other side, then what I did was, the wardrobe obviously had to remain where it is. I put the study table behind the bed. That way, creating I created an additional space, and the dressing went on the toilet wall. So that way, this became a more functional zone into this into this bedroom. So this way, I had one side which is a uh, recreational space, and the other side was the functional space where you have the wardrobe, the study, and the dressing, and both would complement each other. So the color palette now coming, so once the layout is frozen, then what we normally do is we go to the color palette and we decide what kind of colors are going to be used. So I have chosen the room with soft hues of pink against a canvas of gray and knotted oak veneer for the furniture. So generally, when I start designing, after the layout is done, I prepare a couple of sketches, and once the sketch is done, like a hand drafted sketch, then I give it to my team, and then we develop the elevations in CAD, and after that we put it into 3D. So I'll just run you through a quick hand drafted sketch. Right. So when the client saw this, it was like, this is absolutely fantastic. So this girl's bedroom is spunky and has an interesting design with arches and the use of colors and textures. The corner window provides ample light and great view of the open space. Hence, it was important to have the bed facing the view. So I started out with a canvas of a beautifully textured gray matte tile in large format, which runs through the entire floor. The design style for this room is a fusion of mid-century with modern. I have kept the overall look mature with gray tones and concrete texture, and use of soft baby pink for a feminine effect. Rough oak veneer has been used on doors, beds, and study tables as a contrast to the grey pink color palette. Rose gold accents and highlights are interesting features to the room, like on the arch of the piano and on the bed frame, and even on the TV, suspended TV, to to create an interesting highlight. The design intent for this room is to create an interesting space for a growing girl. I have maintained a flat ceiling, absolutely flat, and a seamless and to give a very seamless and expansive look to the room. And one-way cassette ACs have been used in both the zones to give a very effective cooling. Now, another important aspect in the room is the use of windows. So the right design of windows, either UPVC or aluminum, can make a great difference to a home, not only aesthetically but also allow natural light, provide sufficient air circulation, effective thermal and sound insulation, and security. So here's the view uh, of the wall showing the piano and the suspended TV. So the rich mahogany piano, which was such an important part of the design, it had to be given a place of pride in the room. Therefore, I've accentuated the wall behind the piano with an arch and a soft suede fabric, and this rose gold frame with backlit, the light that travels from behind to give its place. And it really looks fantastic. So as the and the TV then was placed onto this wall, but there was a column behind. So instead of doing the regular paneling, what I did was I created a suspended rose gold frame, run the wires through it, and put the TV there. So you have this very light looking TV unit which is created, and this freestanding lamp in the corner, the floor lamp in the corner, accentuates the walls and creates a soft ambience when she is playing the piano. So this is another sketch for another zone. So enjoy. Right. So this is a view of the functional area where you can see the wardrobe and the study table connected with the bedroom zone. The beam dividing the room has been treated with two arches, one giving it a mid-century touch. One arch forms the entrance to the bedroom side, and the other arch acts as a visual divider between the bed and the study table. So the 10 feet long wardrobe that you see has two double shutters, and they are with and the end you have these arches which have got pink PU inside, and the whole wardrobe is treated with pink PU. and slight grooves have been created on the wardrobe to continue the flow of these arch designs and to maintain the continuity. So this slide, this gives you a view of the entire functional zone and how it connects with the bedside area. A dresser from an Italian brand highlights the walls on the left, and the large arch forms an interesting feature. That study, and it forms a very interesting feature connecting both the functional and the recreational spaces in the room. Now, the as far as the wardrobe goes, and these sleek lines are there on the wardrobe, it is very important to use the right kind of hardware to achieve this kind of a look. So, soft closing systems, smooth running channels, and drawers with concealed hinges are all important aspects of interior design when you want to give this, very sleek and flawless look. So also coming to another aspect of design, apart from actually the what do you say, the colors and everything else, the electricals also play an important part in in designing any bedroom. The mood lighting, the spotlights, the switches, and the switches really play an important part because if you're using the regular switches, they can be really boxy and big, and they can really spoil the interiors. So using these nowadays, what do you call, the home automation, and these modular switches, which are really sleek and can be just placed in one corner, or even match them to your interior scheme. They can really change the way your interiors is, and it doesn't adds more aesthetics to the room rather than taking it away from the room. And home automation has become a very important aspect of design, and especially when you're designing such a large apartment, it is important that you integrate it while you're designing the room, so that you can create different kind of moods and mood lighting. It's a way of life now, and it should be done. And also looking at the COVID situation now, we are more moving towards touchless technology for that is safer for public as well as private spaces. So hence sensor based lighting, even doors and voice technology are used for keeping hands free devices are becoming more and more important. So continuing with the same the concept, uh, we the bathroom was even connected with the bedroom, and we continued it with using the same color palette into the bathroom, having pink tiles on the walls with gray on the floor. So the whole room, the theme and the color scheme, it just went through everywhere. So coming to the the color, the material selection, a good selection of soft furnishings and accessories are very important to bring alive the essence of any design. A simple yet stylish bedside lamp with a metallic base connects with the metal accents used in the room. Taffeta silk quilted bed cover in dark blue adds to the required contrast to the gray pink color palette, while the stripped pillows lend a glamour and shine in the room. The pink suede, when you see here, with large stitching, has been used on the headboards as well as at the backdrop for the piano. So, like I'm saying, all these things, when you add, and a lot of things are going are needed. So finally, when you're designing a bedroom, it's important that you meet the all the requirements of the client. Make sure that his taste is understood and put in the design, the color choices, what, and at the same time, the design also should look good. And that's it. If the client is satisfied, then I think that's what a designer will always ask for, nothing else. Yeah, so I would just like to add that when you're designing any apartment or anything, basically whenever you're designing, just go with your heart, go what feels best. Always take the ideas from the client, but always remember that you are the designer, and what looks good, and it is your job to make it look good and convince the client at the same time that this is what will look good, keeping his ideas in mind. So that way you can really satisfy yourself, satisfy the client, and it will really work out well. Thank you.
So now when we talk about designing the kids' bedroom or our bedroom, we really need something very classy, very cool look, and yet to be very, very subtle. So for that, we have all the ranges which we have discussed in our presentation. It may be Alice 990, it may be A Creation, it may be CD500 or SL500, or say flush range, zero flush range, or 1912, anything that can be used. So we'll take you to the small presentation. So like where we have used the panel on the bedside of one of our clients' residence. So here we have given the combination into three. Like either if you use the KNX bedside solution, then you can use any of the metallic color, either with the F40 or F50 keypad, plus the thermostat in the same range, the twin USB charger and the socket. And this can be again mirrored to the second side of a back panel. Secondly, if we like to go with say plastic colors, so we can here I have given example for mocha colors. So here we have used 4GAN again with the F50 series. So again, it depends upon the choice of an architect, what kind of a series you want to incorporate into your design. So with a rotary color, rotary dimmer, sorry, and the USB charger, the twin USB charger. Again, it can be mirrored to the second side of the bed. Secondly, here I have given an example with the glass frame with a champagne color. Here again we have used here F50, F40 series with USB charger and the rotary dimmer. So in a way you want to use it, there will be a 3GAN, 4GAN or 5GAN or 2GAN, depending on the kind of a usage the client wants, it can be done. And this is basically with the KNX solution. If we don't want to use any kind of fan wheel automation or if we want any non-KNX solution, so the same thing can be done into it, and it can be compatible to any third backend party with NONC keywords. It may be Lutron, Crestron, Honeywell, name whatever into us. It is compatible to all the backend functions being available to the market. Now here's a fresh life example of an area where we have used the bedside panels. So you can see here the bedside panels has been given on both the sides, and they are exactly mirrored into the other side because it may be convenient for both the partners to use on either way. Secondly, we have very interesting products which have really appreciated by the architects is a plug and light. That's a magnetic plug and light. And the reason behind it using this plug and light is to eradicate the use of the table lamp from the bedside, because in the Western culture it's not been more promoting. So Jung has come up with a plug and light, magnetic plug and light for the bedside, and it can be used anywhere. It can be used as a reading light, it can be used as a highlighter light or the stair light. So I'll give you the brief video about it so that you can have a look at what kind of options are available into the plug and light and how and where we can use that with efficient use. So as you have seen here in Plug and Light that it's been available again in the same colors, in the same frame design. It may be LS, it may be A glass with a glass frame, and it may be the plastic to maintain the synchronization of the entire design. And it's been developed in tie-up with the Bloomberg and Insta. So you can have a switch model, you can have pendant kind of a style, or if you want to have a cylindrical style, that's been already there. So I'll give you this, let you know about the details into this through this presentation. Like this is an example where we have used Plug and Light to highlight the staircase area with the switch, which can be again rotatable, and it can be again tunable if we use with the rotary dimmer from 2700 to 4500. Again, it's tunable. This is how we have used this light along with the tunable on the basin area. And again, we have shown you here, the one is the floater side and it is the cylindrical shape. So this is how the Jung has been developed, you know, the bedroom or the other side of an areas wherein we can use entire accessories, whatever the things are required to make the room, your project beautiful, to beautify your project along with the Jung only. There is no need of, you know, any other mix and match combinations to go further ahead.
Architect Rajeev completed his education from KRVIA and a summer course at AA London. Rajiv returned to his native Mumbai and founded Red, along with his wife Ekta, with an aim to create a purpose and process-oriented international benchmark for contemporary architecture and design. Later joined by Apurva Shroff, Mehta Raut, and a supporting team of 40, Red now boasts of some of the most talented architects and designers in India, affectionately known as Team Red or the Reds. Rajiv works in concert with each client, a process he says that has given him the unique opportunity to create dialogue and research that galvanize distinct concepts and captures key personalized characteristics of Red's clients. The Reds continue to grow their already incredible reputation as collaborative talents and innovators in their fields.
So thank you, Karishma. Thank you, iDAC. Thank you for that lovely introduction, Karishma, and iDAC for allowing me this opportunity to discuss bedroom spatial planning is the project that I've been assigned, is the theme that I've been given. But broadly, what I'm going to try and do here is we at Red pride ourselves on how we plan spaces. We believe having an architectural background helps us plan spaces better. I think how you treat it in terms of the surfaces, materiality, textures is critical, not to take away from that. But if a space is well planned, that's half your battle won. So without much ado, I'll jump into some of the examples of how we've treated bedrooms differently depending on the client brief, depending on the space. We've kind of tried to find innovative ways to expand the space that the client occupies within the limited confines of apartments in Bombay. So this is something that we did at Indiabulls Blue. This is a project which is essentially a glass box with limited sized openings on all sides. So we tried to, and of course, it's the way the apartment is, it's like a donut. The central core is all your services, and the apartment runs around on the periphery. And the width of it between two columns is really just 15 feet. Having said that, we tried to integrate the bedroom. So everything which you see in dark gray is essentially RCC and can't be messed around with. At the same time, we wanted to have a bedroom space which integrates with your walk-in wardrobe and your bathroom and spaces like that. Due to sort of constraints of the structure, we were unable to sort of integrate that into one space. So with that limit, we kind of took some aspect of the bedroom as a seating lounge and sort of built it into the space here. We have a beautiful sort of rug, a couple of rugs, in fact, which add to the character of the space. But you kind of run from one space to the other without being forced to feel like you're in a wardrobe. So this is how we kind of treated it, to have this sort of space where the wardrobe is open to the washroom, to the bedroom space, but you have this sort of seating space in the middle of that, allows you, a small sort of study desk. So it's technically functions which would not be in the bedroom, in the bathroom really, which are brought in. So you bring the bedroom into the bathroom and the walk-in wardrobe space. A couple of different ways to look at it, just different sort of view angle. The other thing is looking outside. This is typically just floor to ceiling glass. So we've added little mullions and transomes in the middle, superficially stuck onto the blue glass, which does not impinge on the building facade, but allows us to give it a little more residential scale. So we're kind of preferring this approach towards openings more and more lately. I'll come back to that and show you why. I know at one of the projects we've done this with this Lingel windows, where we've sort of developed these casement windows with them. But that's a nice way to kind of treat the opening more than just doing floor to glass glazing. Another simpler sort of thing is where you have a multifunctional space. And typically Bombay being Bombay and more of this sort of COVID madness continuing around, I think we're going to have to more and more think of spaces which are more versatile and can adapt and change based on the user's need. Let's assume the bedroom is a bedroom for the 10 hours or 9 hours or 8 hours or 6 hours that you're sleeping. But once it's not, to have that 6 by 6, 36 or whatever, 40 square feet being wasted on a bed, which is just lying dead, and then you do a lot of your activity on it. Compared to that, you have sort of, in this case, we had a space where you have a daybed-like thing towards the window, and you have a sort of entire storage rack. You have your TV, so it becomes a TV room, it becomes a yoga room, it becomes your sort of exercise space. Being in confined spaces, not being allowed to go out, you need to do something to keep your body in shape or keep your sort of hinges moving. As I'm getting older, I'm realizing I need it more and more. But having said that, this was a nice way to do it. This is no rocket science. A Murphy bed has been in existence for decades. So I'm not saying we've sort of innovated there. We've just used it differently. So you have this sort of discrete lighting going in, your entire sort of one monochrome tonality to the space. You have your day bed here, gives you, you know how it is. Everyone wants more and more storage. But in this, what we've done is that it kind of opens up like this. So, oops, sorry, ran off ahead. But so you get, your side tables are here and here. So you have two side tables there and the bed. So everything kind of pops out of the storage room, of the storage space, allowing you to basically hide it all within later and still have 100% functionality when you need it. Here we kind of use these little switches, which actually in this rendering are shown in black, but actually we're using Jung switches, which are in all sorts of colors and shapes. So they kind of get, again, discreetly hidden within your infrastructure. Again, the idea of the transomes and sort of mullions, your window language is controlled. And again, hardware. So in this case, we're using concealed Blum channels, which kind of allow the drawer to come out, and the sort of bed to fold out. So this is a project where we've got a moving wardrobe. So going back in the previous one where we moved the bed, in this case, we're moving the entire wardrobe. How we've done it is we've taken 3 sort of tracks within the ceiling, which are concealed in this direction, which allows the entire wardrobe to essentially move this way and move back. It's easy enough to operate. There's a small little girl who lives in this bedroom, and she's going to be able to operate this without any difficulty based on the hardware that we've specified. What it does is it essentially gives you the ability to expand your space. So that's the sort of quick way. So the entire television along with the loaded wardrobe can slide easily enough. There's just a small sort of animation, not even an animation actually, just a couple of images which show you in various places and how the bedroom space really opens up for you. Again, our sort of obsession with opening up the bedrooms to the bathrooms and to the wardrobe continues here. This is something we've done in Calcutta. Let me show you guys back on the plan. So on the plan, if you see, we have this space, which is the wardrobe, and you slide it open and it opens up to the bathroom. Then you have the bathroom, which opens up to the bedroom by the simple act of moving one sliding door or a wall, which is, it's that big, and it goes all the way into the other bedroom's wardrobe back. So it's a little complicated, but at the end of it, it works out beautifully. I'll show you this project is executed. So I think there's a picture which I can share with you. That's the entire wall. So again, the wall has this sort of teakwood paneling, which is chamfered in a way to allow for a small thin LED to slink into it. What you see on one side, on the right-hand side of the image, is the door which leads you to the walk-in wardrobe space when this is shut. And otherwise, when it's open, the entire 2 basin counters, which are a free-floating edge, open up to the bathtub, jacuzzi, the shower, and the WC space. So that's how the space completely opens up into the bedroom when the door is out of place. Again, this can't be done without a fair amount of hardware. So if you see, again, we have 2 sliding channels hidden in there. This is an example of a small space where we've done the similar thing. This is just about 4 feet wide, but the bookshelf is here. When you open it up, the back of it is your purse wardrobe, and it hides the shoes. So you have an entire shoe closet, and just for the the lady who inhabits this room has a collection of purses. So that is hidden within, and at the same time you get your bookshelf along with that. Easy enough to operate and serves the functionality that you desire. Again, another example is, so we do play around a lot of what you'll see repetitively in our work is large sliding walls. We find these sliding walls allow us to sort of integrate spaces. So what you see here is also a 11-foot by 9-foot sliding wall, which opens up the bedroom opens up the bathroom into the corridor, which opens up into the wardrobe. So once you slide this wall open, you get the feeling of you're kind of having a walk-in wardrobe with a bathroom integrated, while actually it's a typical layout of the corridor entering the room. So again, that's sort of one way to treat this space. Okay, so this is an image of our office. This is in fact one of the partners at Purva's cabin. But again, I'm just highlighting the fact that be it residential or commercial, we're kind of be dividers between spaces, but we're kind of favoring the idea of, currently at least, the idea of casement windows with transomes and mullions in different sort of asymmetrical or symmetrical, but essentially gives you a sense of scale versus the large sheets of glass, which previously we have also used in a lot of offices. Maybe 2-3 years from now we might go back to them, but right now this is a language that we seem to be partial towards for now. And of course we are favoring these sort of multicolored, multi-textured switches with a very thin edge, which allow you to discreetly flush them into your designs, and something that helps hide, be discreet. So allows you the functionality, but not necessarily an eyesore which everyone has to stare and call attention to. So that's our idea in terms of how we're treating bedrooms for the time being. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it was of some help in how you treat your spaces or your designs. So thank you for being here. Thank you, iDAC. Thank you, Karishma. That's all for now.
The bedroom is actually the place where, even if we don't agree, but most of the time we are just spending over there, and where the most important thing is we have to get a peaceful sleep. And in getting the peaceful sleep, there are two things. It has to be silent, and I need the fresh air. Now, very important, you have to know where you are located. If you are located somewhere in the center of a metropolitan, or you are located somewhere privileged in a farmhouse where there's absolutely no noise than the birds around you, then specifically we have to see each and every detail individually, and we have to design the right window with the right performance parameter based on the location of your house. As per the World Health Organization, it is that the sleep should have maximum 40 to 45 decibel surrounding noise, which is their maximum by a split AC or no AC. Even a ceiling fan used has almost 50 decibel, which is actually too much as per the World Health Organization. But since we want to create a good environment and since we don't want to sweat, we of course need those artificial ventilation what is available. Important, the right design. Don't go in your bedroom when noise is a concern for a sliding window at all. Go for encasement or a fixed window with just an openable port, or for special sliding options like tilt and slide or lift and slide, which a part of the sliding are going to provide you a proper ceiling, so that overall there's no chance of the noise coming in from the outside. And if noise is not a concern, then try to sleep with an open window so that fresh oxygen air is coming in, which is very important for your perfect night sleep. In this case, we only have to take care that we are protecting us from the mosquitoes, that we are protecting us from flies coming in, which we can do with a mosquito mesh. And from the other part, we have to take care for our security. You know the best how safe is the area or how secure is the area where you're staying, in case you can put a permanent grill, or we do have even options available where the mesh itself is burglar proof, that even while hammering, no one is able to enter your house and to do something, so that you can really sleep in a perfect and relaxed way. Think about the oxygen and the air, and think about the noise. These are the most important thing for your bedroom window.
Space is always a constraint in bedroom areas. Traditionally, in a bedroom, we require the bedside tables. Then we also need wardrobes. And nowadays, when the tradition is to work from home a lot, we also have a small workstation. How do you fit all of these furniture effectively? How do you plan and design that in a way that there is still a lots of movement space in the bedroom? So let's talk about bedside table first. What's been happening earlier is that a bedside table would have a cabinet that would have to be open. When we moved away from cabinet, we moved to drawers. But these drawers will always be difficult to use because they had these ball bearing channels or a side groove. So they are either not easy to open or not easy to close. Blum has a very good solution for these drawers. What we call is a range of concealed runners. Our tandem runners, they are based on nylon roller technology. Hence, the movement is very smooth and the drawers don't get stuck. Because they are concealed, they are not even visible from the side, and that adds to the aesthetics of your bedside table. The load-bearing capacity is also a lot. In fact, we suggest people to use a new range of Movento runners too. They have better soft closing, they have more weight-bearing capacities. and they could be the next solution for bedside table. Now moving ahead from the bedside table, you could use the similar solution for the bed too. Under the bed, the space is usually not utilized. You can create a similar drawer system under the bed, a wider drawer, because our products could allow you to use to store up to 60 kgs. So using the Movento solution again, you can have wider, deeper drawers created under your bed. From here, now think about wardrobes. We have an excellent solution of soft closing hinge to create the shutters of your wardrobe. Within the wardrobe, you have an option to use wooden drawer systems and use the Movento and tandem runners again. Else, the trend now is to use slim box systems, which is a range of Legra boxes. Using Legra boxes with some design element will give you a very good aesthetics and give you lots of space. A combination of a soft closing hinges and Legra box would be a perfect wardrobe solution. Now, if you still need more storages, I would recommend some storage areas on the loft. The challenge is that these loft areas are hard to reach. For this, we have a new solution called Space Step. This is a drawer unit which also has a ladder on it. So you can take a step and reach higher places, else it could also be used as a storage space. For loft units, we have Aventos. That would be the perfect system because the shutter will go away from the movement and hence giving you a clear access area. A combination of Aventos, Space Step, hinges and Legra box could give you a very good wardrobe area. With work from home increasingly being the new norm, you'll spend a lot of time working from your bedroom. With the help of our pull-out shelf lock, you can create a simple and functional shelf workstation, even in compact spaces. Use it when you need it, else close it up to keep work out of sight and out of mind. All our Blum fittings comes with lifetime warranty. To know more about our Blum products, do visit blum.com. Thank you.